necessarily have to build a fire. You know, you can have jerky in your saddlebags and peanuts and all these kind of things, which I recommend, trail mix. But sometimes you like to have this little campfire, and you like to have something to have an evening meal. So this is spaghetti, and in this package right here is a pound of dehydrated hamburger, and I used some packaged tomato soup. And what else is in there? I think there is Parmesan cheese. Right. So this is how I would package it, so I have it all in one little bunch. So I get where I'm going to go, I get this little package out, and I kill it, and away I go.
Did you make that yourself?
Yes, I dehydrate hamburger. You want to get lean hamburger. This could be venison, because I frequently have venison. I just put it in a pan and fry it until it's browned, and then I just let it sit until it's dehydrated. And then I package it up, and I put it in the freezer until I'm ready to use it.
You can sell those.
Yeah, well, you can make your own. Yeah, but I mean, this is one way of going, you know, if you're going to take food back there. So, and this would, doesn't take a lot of room, but you know, this is a bear attractor. So anything here that smells good to a bear, you need to have that in bear-resistant containers. Just have to remember that. You know, we do live in a grizzly bear ecosystem. So let's build a fire. And what I have here is organic. This is just black soil. It's a breakdown of organic. It burns. Even though it looks like dirt, it does burn. This is mineral soil. This is gravel, stones, sand, anything that does not absorb water. You'll find this like in where a tree is blown down, someplace you can usually dig up some gravel, or you can go down to a creek bed and usually find a gravelly spot. And what you're going to do there is you're going to take the gravel, put down a cloth, and then a blanket, and I want to have about this much of this on top of that. That's going to protect the ground. I've done that one time. We went on a little trip, and it was supposed to be a little leave no trace thing. Well, we took along a gas stove, and once you know, we lost the gas. Had a leak, and so there was no more cooking on gas. So we set up a cook like this, and luckily we had a great long cast iron, and put it down, and we made this like this. And when we got done, I lifted it up, and the huckleberry bush was still there with the berries on it. So it can be done. You can go out there and have a fire and not cause damage if you do it right. So, not supposed to have anything bigger than about like this big. You want to keep your fire low and protect it from the wind, so you get the maximum amount of heat out of as little amount of wood as possible. And I put a piece of chimney on here so that it doesn't burn, and by surrounding it, if the wind is coming this way, it's going to not blow my heat away. I want to save my heat to come up, and that's what I would use for my cooking back there. Mine is a little bit bigger version than that. We cooked our dinner. We always have something that's going to be wet, garbage. We don't want to pack this out. You can pack it out, but I don't really like to do that. So, whoop, I missed something here. Back up, back up. I'm going to dig myself a sump hole. I have dishwater in here, and I wash my dishes, and I'm winding up with a bunch of stuff that's left over from dinner. I'm going to dig myself a sump hole about this deep and about as large as the amount of liquid that I have in my pan. And I'm going to go over that sump hole, and this is just a piece of screen that you can get down at the hardware store, or some old Windows screen that you're not using anymore, and make yourself one. And I go to the sump hole and I pour that in there. All right. I've had a little bit of chlorine in this water. Make sure that when I put that down in the sump hole that the rodents aren't going to dig it up because they don't really like the smell of or taste of chlorine. So now I got my garbage that's left. The bigger the bottom of the pan, the more heat the pan is going to get until we get that all dried out and burned up. We want to burn it into ash. And then, of course, then after it's burned to ash, you just get rid of it. Nothing left. It's nature. Ashes are nature. If you use a can like that, it's going to take longer because it, doesn't evaporate out of there as good. Okay. Wash the dishes. Biodegradable soap. I think that Dawn would qualify for a biodegradable. But anyway, this actually is biodegradable. Don't put your soap water into the creek. You go down there to take a bath. Don't take soap with you. Do that all on shore. Wash your hair, take your bath, and things like that. Someplace where it can go into the soil, not into the river. Somebody else is going to be drinking that, including your horses. This is what I use for a dish rag. Just a little scratchy. It doesn't get the stinking. And I usually have my hand towel or my dish towel if I'm going to have something. I like to have it as a camouflage color. Talking about camouflage, I have a bunch of t-shirts out in front here. And let's see, today I might use the gray one or the second to the end over there, the gray camouflage one, because it blends in with this area right here. It's required to wear orange when it's hunting season. That's law, a regulation. If I went hunting geese on the snow, I'd probably wear the white one. The whole object of this is to blend in with your surroundings when you're in the backcountry. So there's nothing worse than looking up on this hillside. It's a beautiful view. And there happens to be this bunch of riders going up along there. Probably 5, 6 of them along the road. One's got a purple shirt and one's got a bright blue shirt. One's got an orange shirt and even the white one in the summertime. And it's like, man, I thought I was in the wilderness. I'm not with somebody that is got those colors on like that. It's robbing me of why I went there. You know, the object of going into the wilderness is to be enjoy what the wilderness has to offer and not think about myself back there. So, I try to stay blended in. I try to put my camp where you can't see it, not right alongside of a trail. To be courteous to the other people that are back there that want to enjoy the same thing as I'm there to enjoy. Leave your boombox home, leave the music home. Listen to the birds sing on the river's run. That's what you're there for. Okay, on with the other things that I got.